Deep beneath the waves of history lurked a predator so massive it redefined our understanding of nature, the Megalodon. This wasn't just a shark, it was a biological marvel that ruled the oceans for over 20 million years. Welcome to the world of giants. But when did this titan reign? The Megalodon dominated the seas from roughly 23 million to 3.6 million years ago. Through two geological epochs, it faced shifting continents and changing climates, adapting as the ultimate apex predator. Estimates put the Megalodon at a staggering 50 to 60 feet in length, nearly 3 times the size of the largest great white. Weight? We're talking up to 70 tons. That's equivalent to about 10 fully grown African elephants. Its name literally means big tooth. With over 250 serrated blades, its bite was the most powerful ever measured. Exerting over 40,000 pounds of pressure per square inch, it could crush a small car as easily as a grape. To fuel such a massive body, the Megalodon had to be an efficient hunter. Here are 5 creatures it likely devoured. First, baleen whales. These were the primary fuel source, providing the massive fat and protein reserves required for survival. Second, seals and sea lions. These agile mammals were quick snacks for a predator that could strike from the depths. Third, large sea turtles. Even their hard shells were no match for those massive, crushing jaws. Fourth, sirenians. Ancient relatives of manatees were easy, slow-moving targets in shallow coastal waters. And fifth, large fish and even other sharks. In the Megalodon's ocean, almost everything was on the menu. But how long did these giants live? Scientists estimate a typical Megalodon could reach 88 to 100 years of age. Like trees, their vertebrae reveal growth rings, suggesting a slow, steady progression to their massive adult size. Reproduction was a long process. They were ovoviviparous, with a gestation period likely exceeding 12 months. Pups were born large, up to 6 feet, and spent their early years in shallow nurseries to avoid larger predators. It took nearly 25 years for a Megalodon to reach full adulthood, a quarter of its life spent just growing up. Once they reached full size, they moved into the open ocean, becoming the undisputed kings of the deep. Some specimens suggest that in ideal conditions, a Megalodon could have lived well past its first century. Every fossil found tells a story of a long life lived at the very top of the ancient food chain. Did they hunt in packs? Unlikely. Evidence suggests Megalodon was a solitary hunter, much like the modern great white. They likely only met to mate, with females traveling to specific nursery grounds to ensure their pups' safety. But even the king had rivals. 2 major threats challenged the Megalodon's absolute dominance. First, Leviathan. This macroraptorial sperm whale was equally massive and competed directly for the same large prey. Second, the early great white. Smaller and faster, it outcompeted juvenile megalodons for food as the climate cooled. So, what ended the reign of the world's greatest predator? It wasn't one single event, but a perfect storm of factors. Cause 1, global cooling. As ocean temperatures dropped, the Megalodon's tropical habitats and breeding grounds vanished. Impact, high. Cause 2, prey migration. Large whales moved to colder polar waters where the Megalodon could not follow. Impact, high. Cause 3, new competitors. Faster, warm-blooded predators like orcas and great whites took over the food supply. Impact, medium. Cause 4, loss of nursery grounds. Shallow coastal areas dried up as sea levels fell, leaving pups vulnerable. Impact, medium. Cause 5, fluctuating sea levels. While significant, the shark's inability to adapt to the cold was the true killer. Impact, low. Interesting fact, unlike most sharks, the Megalodon was regional endothermic, meaning it could maintain its own body heat. Their fossils have been found on every continent except Antarctica, proving they were truly global rulers of the sea. Want to see them for yourself? You can find authentic Megalodon fossils and reconstructions in these world-class museums. Visit the Smithsonian in DC, the Natural History Museum in London, or the American Museum of Natural History in New York. The Megalodon may be gone, but its legacy as the ultimate megapredator continues to captivate our imagination.